What is going on, guys? It is Wingy here and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Star Wars The Force Awakens because somehow it went from one of the most popular and anticipated movies to people hating it. Now I see it all the time on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, people just slating this movie and acting like it is one of the worst movies ever made. In fact, I even saw a video saying how The Force Awakens is the worst movie ever made. I mean, if The Force Awakens is the worst movie ever made, then you need to see some more movies. It's not Frankenhooker or The Room or Phantom Menace. It's not even the worst Star Wars movie. So yeah, I'm going to be looking at some of the main arguments that people have against The Force Awakens and giving you my perspective on them. Without further ado, let's go with the first complaint. There was this whole thing that I think Max Landis first started. I could be wrong, it might not have been him, but I first heard it from Max Landis, and if you don't know who Max Landis is, let me put it this way. Remember how good Jesse Eisenberg was as Lex Luthor in Batman v Superman? Yeah, he was shit, wasn't he? Yeah, he was based off of Max Landis. That tells you everything you need to know about the guy. But this whole argument that Rey's a Mary Sue, I just don't buy it in the slightest. I can't see it. People seem to think that Rey just suddenly got her Force powers. That is just not the case. Like, it's clearly established gradually through the movie that she is starting to learn that she has the Force. We see that weird mind battle thing that her and Kylo Ren have on Starkiller Base, and she's fighting back. She realizes, ooh, maybe I have powers. She then tests this further with the Stormtrooper. She's clearly learned that she has these Force powers. The difference is, this is a new character, so obviously people are gonna hate. Yet you are kind of forgetting that Luke had the Force, but it was never really established in A New Hope that Luke actually did have the Force. It literally just happened, and yet no one complains about that for some reason or calls him a Mary Sue. It was a simple case in A New Hope that Luke was in the trench run and then Obi-Wan says, use the Force, Luke, and then hey ho, Luke fires from the X-Wing and his shot goes into the Death Star. That is literally the only time Luke uses the Force in that movie. Not only that, the thing that people always say is, oh well, Kylo Ren could have easily bested her in the fight at the end. Yeah, obviously he could, but his intention wasn't to kill Rey. That kind of negates the whole point of him saying, I can train you. If he was going to kill her anyway, what would be the point in training her? Not only that, but again, if you look back to the original trilogy in Empire Strikes Back, Vader could have easily taken out Luke. But again, no one complains about that because that's in the original trilogy and people accept that, well, yeah, Vader was just holding back. Yes, so was Kylo Ren. That's the entire point. I just don't get it. But so far, I think Rey's been treated perfectly fine, and I think a lot of fans have just overreacted because it's a character that suddenly has Force powers in their eyes. She doesn't. At least she got a couple of scenes. Luke didn't. Again, I think Kylo Ren is a character that a lot of people overreacted by because they didn't fully understand where they were going in the movie. Now don't get me wrong, I was a bit disappointed as well. When he first took his helmet off and it was just Adam Driver and it's not some like scarred, burned, damaged dude like Vader was, I was a bit like, oh okay. Cool. But then the more I thought about it and the more I watched the film over and over again, I thought, that's brilliant. He's bullshitting throughout this entire movie. And what I mean by that is, he clearly isn't as powerful as Vader. He's clearly not as strong as anyone thinks he actually is. He's pretending the entire time. Now, I'm not saying that he isn't powerful at all. He probably is, but we don't know to what extent yet. But what we do know is that Kylo Ren is only an apprentice. Snoke even says at the end of the movie, bring him to me so I can complete his training. Not only that, Kylo hasn't really faced the same amount of tests that Vader has. I mean, we know what happened in between episodes 3 and episodes 4. It's canon and established that Vader was taking on fully trained Jedi. Who's Kylo Ren taking on? As far as we know, in between episode 6 and episode 7, how many Jedi were there? 1. Luke. All the rest were apprentices, so Kylo could easily take them out if he was a bit more powerful than them. I'm guessing that's what happened. I think that's what they're kind of edging towards. But yeah, other than that, he's had no challenge. So the fact that Rey bested him, yeah, I can believe that because he wasn't intending to kill, like I said before. And also because he was taken off guard because someone is actually finally giving him a challenge, something that he didn't think he would have. Because let's be real, who in the First Order is going to take him out? Hux? Phasma? No, they're not Force sensitive. They see this guy who's clearly got anger issues and a big fuck off lightsaber. You ain't going nowhere near him. So I am really curious to see where his story ends up because he's clearly not finished his training yet. He's clearly not as powerful as he, well, probably should be. So who knows, maybe he will get to that Vader level one day, but he just isn't at that yet. So I feel like people need to just back off and realize, yeah, he isn't Darth Vader. He's something different. Maybe not fully different because he is a Darth Vader wannabe at the end of the day, but he's someone who has essentially faked his power to a certain degree, and people don't seem to realize this because they're not going to challenge him. yeah, this next one I can see, but I fully understand it. Don't get me wrong, Han Solo is easily one of the coolest characters in sci-fi history and easily one of the best characters in Star Wars history. But let's be real here. Han Solo is not a main character. Yes, he is a main supporting character, but the story of Star Wars was never about him. If you're introducing a new lot of characters, if you had to think of anyone from the old crew to get rid of, it's probably going to be Han Solo. Now, was I happy about it? Well, no. Seeing one of your favourite characters get stabbed through the chest by his son was not fun. But at the same time, Harrison Ford has been bargaining for this death for years. I mean, he didn't want to sign on for Empire. The only reason Han is frozen in carbonite at the end of Empire is because Harrison Ford didn't sign on for Return of the Jedi, and Harrison Ford has subsequently said that he didn't even want to do Return of the Jedi and that he wanted Han Solo to die at the end of it, which obviously didn't happen. The fact that they got him to do The Force Awakens was actually a miracle. In fact, the only reason why is probably because he was gonna die in it. Yeah, that probably is the only reason, isn't it? But yeah, was I sad to see him go? Of course I was. Do I understand why? I mean, where is his story gonna go now? It's pretty much done, and if you're making way for these new characters, you can't have too many of the older guys around as well. And out of the main three, are you gonna kill off Luke? No, he's the last Jedi. Are you gonna kill off Leia? Because, well, she's the leader of the Resistance. Just leaves Han, and he's gone. At least we get the Solo movie. Yeah. This next point is the one that I actually agree with the most. It does retread a lot of ground from the original trilogy, particularly A New Hope. Having said that though, I didn't hate it fully because I saw what they were trying to do. One of the main complaints with the prequels was that it didn't really feel like a Star Wars movie. This movie, however, it totally feels like a Star Wars movie, so much so that it's quite familiar to another one. How do I get out of this one? I guess what I'm trying to say is there was a familiar element in this movie that I enjoyed. It brings you back into this universe because it's been a long time really since we've had this group of people in a Star Wars movie. Did they go too far? Yes, I do think they did. Starkiller Base was completely unnecessary. I mean, it was essentially a third Death Star. They even say it in the movie. This is a third Death Star. At least the movie acknowledges it. That scene where all the beams go to all the planets and yeah, that was awesome. Don't tell me that wasn't awesome. As much as you may have hated Starkiller Base. But yeah, there was enough new things in here as well that I appreciated, along with the older stuff mixed in. I think it was a nice sort of hybrid of stuff. It worked kind of well. There was too many older things incorporated, but I think overall they did a good job of bringing you back into this universe and getting on board before they get going with Episode 8 and Episode 9. Probably. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Overall then, does The Force Awakens deserve the hate that it gets? No. Does it deserve criticism? Well, yeah. What movie doesn't? Tell me a perfect movie in the comments below. I bet you can't find one. It'd be awkward if you do now. But yeah, I'm not trying to say that it's the best Star Wars movie ever. I don't even think that. I would put 4 Star Wars movies ahead of it, the original trilogy, and actually Revenge of the Sith, but I definitely don't think it deserves the hate that it gets, because there's one thing that people seem to be forgetting. This is just 1/3. This is the first part of a new trilogy. Just wait and see how it goes. We don't have the context like we do with the other trilogies, because it hasn't finished yet. I'm sure all the sort of missteps, questions that you have after this movie, they might become a bit clearer further down the line. I mean, I hope they do, because otherwise this is going to be awkward. I think they will. I don't think Disney's ruined Star Wars. I think they know exactly what they're doing, and I can't wait for The Last Jedi, and I can't wait for Episode 9. I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you love The Force Awakens? Do you hate it? Are you like me, where you're like, yeah, it's good, but it's not great, but doesn't deserve being shit on all the time? Either way, let me know in the comments below. I'd be really curious to see what you guys think. Also, if you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like on it. It'd be very much appreciated. And if you want to see more videos like this and other Star Wars and nerdy related content on my channel, hit the subscribe button. I'd very much appreciate it. Please, please, please. I'm only joking. I don't need that. I do. Please. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.